Hey guys, I want to give you a different perspective on what enabling is in alcoholism, because many of us have a misconception of what enabling is. And I want to do this through a story of mine. I'm reminded of a cousin of mine, an older cousin, very wise guy. He's been blessed with wisdom, and he really contributed to my recovery journey even up to today. So, I'm through the alcoholic time or phase of my life. There were times I was in stupors when I would really drink a lot. And of course, at that time, my emotions are heightened, especially rage, anger. So there was this particular day I was angry, and I got into some domestics with my wife, and I really got mad, and I raised my voice. By this time, I had 2 sons. So my wife obviously panicked and left with the kids, and I was alone in the house. So my mom got wind of this story, and she panicked because she kept on trying to call me the whole Sunday night, and she couldn't get a hold of me. So Monday morning, they came with my cousin, the cousin I've been telling you about. Now, obviously, by the time they're coming to my house, I open for them. I know this is all about my addiction, all about my alcoholism. But my cousin had a very interesting tact. He would simply tell me, Daniel, let's take a walk. Let's go grab a small bite, and maybe you look like you need a beer. Now, obviously, I hold this guy to some high regard. So for him to say that, I would respect it, and yeah, I wouldn't mind a beer. So would go down and he'd buy a little bit of meat, some fried intestines, what we call in Kenya mara, and he would get me only 2 beers. And through that conversation, he would hear me out. He'd let me pour out my heart. He'd hear my true deep concerns, because by now he has removed the window of stigma, and he loved me as I was. He didn't know then that he was really depositing into my life through those seasons. And this heavily contributed finally to when I made a decision to get out of alcoholism. So many of you would think that enabling is simply buying alcohol. No, enabling is being somebody who promotes the addiction, maybe by being a trigger in that person's life. And if you have a loved one, one of the things which is pretty much most part of the work is how do you then show love to your loved one who is battling addiction without focusing on the substance of choice, be it alcohol, weed. Many times we are only focusing on that thing. How do we get to love them regardless of that? When we keep focusing on the problem, the drug, we are enabling, because it leads to him using more. And you know, addiction stems from the reward system of the brain. So when you trigger him, and many times we don't know we are triggering these people, they just end up using more. So maybe you can learn something from my cousin's story, how he was able to use the very thing that was destroying me as a tool to be able to reach my heart and deposit. Remember, by the time somebody is ready to get help, it is not just one final decision. It was a sum of many thoughts and a lot of pouring in that eventually contributed to this person making a decision. So keep on pouring into your loved one. Don't focus on the addiction. Focus on loving them as they are, because one day they will eventually make a decision. Remember, getting out of these addictions is hard, and it needs a serious resolve. And you can participate in that by simply loving the person as they are and not being an enabler. I hope this video helps. If you're interested in my mentorship program, please feel free to DM me using the contact below, and I'll be able to explain more about what we do and assist in any way going forward. This is your coach D, man.